Hey, Todd from the Cigar Idiot. I just want to say I really appreciate you stopping by my channel. I'm having a really good time talking about my cigar journey and doing little talks and reviews on cigars. And the cigar community is just a fun and entertaining place to be. So again, from the bottom of my heart, thanks for stopping by. Thanks if you have subscribed, and please subscribe if you haven't. Have a great rest of your day. Hey, good morning. Cigar Idiot here. Again, very brisk here in the western part of North Carolina. So what are we gonna do this morning? We are gonna do, that's right, an Atabey. Attaboy, huh? I don't know what it is. I don't remember. I bought these so long ago. I don't know what size it is. I just know it's an Atabey something. This is my third one, I'll be honest. I think I got these in May. And the first two I had both had draw problems, which pisses me off. But hopefully this one will be smooth and easy. Smooth and easy. Breezy. All right. Let's get this sucker lighted up. Lit up. However we say it down here. So if you remember last week we did the Marifel mirror, and that was called Uber Luxury. This is just called, I'm going to use this, this is called Exquisite Construction. And apparently this is aged 5 years in cedar and oak wood before it even hits the streets. So Atabey is a well-respected, upper enchilada brand. No, upper enchilada. I don't know. I can't talk today. It's some good stuff. I think they're made at the same place as Byron, which is another great cigar that I need to do a serious review on. But anyway, this is what we're having with the morning coffee today. This Atabey, attaboy. Let's do this. All right, we be in business. Here we go. We're gonna light this baby. So what y'all got planned for the weekend? I'll be honest, couple of the boys coming over tonight, making a big pot of jambalaya, and we're gonna watch the new Spinal Tap movie because we're all musicians. The one guy was my guitar player in the 90s up in upstate New York and Pennsylvania. Played at Villanova University back in the day, killed it. Had a huge crowd. There's a chance Bradley Cooper was there. It was his freshman year. He was at Villanova for 1 year. Right, here we go. Let's try and get some notes on initial light up here. Well, obviously, a lot of cedar, aged in the old cedar, but good, pleasant taste. Kind of comes in like a good Connecticut right now. And again, like I think I don't really know what's in this, but I'm gonna look it up towards the end. I'll be honest, I had a nice review about the Southern Draw Kudzu, and I used my company phone, and there's no way to transfer that video to anything that's personal. So, bummer. But Atabey, this is I'm guessing this is a 5 by 50 if they have that. Maybe a 52, I don't know. If I had to compare this to any other cigar, it's feeling a lot like the Byron 21st Century, which I love. Those they're exquisite as well, like the Atabey, right? And they come from the same place, the same origin, right? But this is great. Good morning smoke. On the retro hail, definitely kicking up that woody note. More of a oaky feel than cedar on the retro. Wrapper appears to be an Ecuadorian Connecticut shade wrapper. I'm reading this from the internet. And yeah. Oh, and it's alleged that it has some Peruvian tobacco in it, which is funny. If you guys watched my former video, the El Septimo Michelangelo, that had some Peruvian tobacco in it, and that was a very unique tasting cigar. So maybe as we get into this, I'll open up more and I'll be able to identify Peruvian, because there's definitely something special about that Michelangelo El Septimo, and I had to think it was the Peruvian tobacco, but we'll find out. How exciting. I'm enjoying this. This is so much better than the other two times I tried this Atabey. It's very smooth. I'd even say it's creamy. I like the smoke production that I'm getting. It's going good with my coffee. Well balanced. This was at relative humidity at the cap and the foot was 59%, so it was right in the sweet spot, in my opinion. This also sat in my classic humidor, not my thermoelectric humidor. This was in my classic Spanish cedar wood humidor that I've had since the 90s. And I'm really happy with it. That stays pretty standard at 70 degrees and right around 67% humidity most of the time. So I have those two humidors. I also have a Tupperware. If I buy boxes, which I've only bought a box of Southern Draw Jacob's Ladder, a couple boxes of the Sober Mesa, Brûlée, and 2 different Vitolas, I kind of keep those in there. But really exquisite smoke here. So this is considered ultra premium, where would I say the Marifel was considered uber luxury. So is that the same thing or is that different? Let me know. What do you guys know, any other good Vitolas for the Atabey? Have you had anything else? I think it's about 5.5. Looks to be 50 to 52 gauge. I just don't know. I bought these a long time ago. I don't even know what they cost. I think it was like the same cost as a half a tank of gas in a medium-sized SUV, if that helps. Wow, this is really nice. I'm telling you, my hopes were kind of down because I did not have good experiences, mostly due to construction and draw difficulties with 2 other Atabeys this size over the summer. But this is, like I said, aged, what is it, 7 months since May? I don't know. I flunked math 5 times in college. Anyway, a while. Steve Saka, who I love to quote, says, you're having a cigar you like if your mouth starts to water when you light it up. And that happens with the Sober Mesa Brûlée for me, and it happened with this cigar. I was a little worried a little drool was going to come out of my mouth because the saliva production was so massive. So I guess that's a good sign. So definitely getting like on top of the cedar, it's getting like a little faint amount of sweetness. A nice almond nutty taste. A bready taste as well. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the first time I had a Plasencia Alma del Capo. That had a really nice bready taste, and this is a little more, I'd say a little more exquisite, because that's what they want you to say, right? Is that right? Ultra premium, whatever. Yeah. Let me try to retrohale. It really beefed up that that sweet, creamy, bready taste. I like it. I wouldn't go so far to say it's like bready donut sweet, but it's definitely got this nice sweet hint on the bready note. You can probably tell by the way it looks. Very, very good construction. It's really a packed full. The burn line, a little bit off over here, but I'll be honest, it was worse. It's really corrected itself. Look at that ash, just tight. It's gonna hold well, I can tell. I've had a real problem this week with a lot of cigars. The ash falling off, and I mean, these ashes were flaky. This is so tight, well constructed. Just really impressive cigar. I'm really happy. I'm glad I gave this another chance, you know? And that's another good lesson, man. Just because you had a couple bad experiences, don't count them out. Eventually, you know, you're gonna get a good one. Just unfortunately, I had 2 bad ones. I think I bought like a 3-pack, and two were lousy, and this is made up for it totally. In taste, construction, quality, enjoyment. The only thing that sucks, it's really brisk and cold, and my fingers feel like they're gonna fall off. But it's for you guys. Frostbite, I don't care, as long as you guys enjoy my video. Notes are holding steady. That nice sweetness is hanging in there. That creaminess, you know. And again, it's a bready sweetness. I like it. I like it a lot. Actually, the cedar's kind of back down, or the oak, whatever that wood flavor was, has come down. It's just this really nice, bready, creamy, smooth cigar. Atabey, whatever this is. It's not a black. It's the Atabey, whatever. I guess they're all pretty damn good. I think if I smoked this thing fast, it'd help turn my cigar into a hand warmer. I don't want to sacrifice flavor for hand warmth. Look at the ash on this, and look at that, really corrected itself pretty much a little bit, but that is just holding strong, which is a sign of great construction. Beautiful, awesome, love it, wonderful. Talks amongst yourselves. I just want to talk a little bit about how exquisite this band is. Look at that. I like the gold pinstripe kind of inside the black. If you watched one of my shorts, I took a bunch of cigar bands and pasted them on a bunch of wine corks that we've accumulated over the years. I'm going to try and make a resin tabletop with it. But what I noticed is there's so many labels with that trim of gold in it, and gold really makes your bands pop, and it's just really gorgeous, isn't it? I think I'm going to ash this, but just impressive. Packed so tight, but yet I was able to get a decent draw after I cut it. So real enthused. And I'd say this Atabey, it's got about a medium finish. Not too long, but not short. Right in the middle, like Goldilocks. Strength-wise, I don't know. I haven't felt anything. A couple times I was smoking it pretty fast. Nothing, you know. Just good flavor. Still having that nice sweetness. The bready, you know, bakery feel. Love it. The wood is really back down. So highly enjoyable. And you never know. Cigar Idiot might get down past the band and go to the final third, which he usually doesn't like, but this is so pleasurable. Continuity is good. You might stick with her. I'm also feeling this, like, I would call it this dependability that I find when I have Davidoff Grand Crus. I would kind of put this in the ballpark of a Davidoff Grand Cru. Yeah, very similar. I don't know that it's better or worse, but and they're both similar price points. But I'd like to know, I'm not being able to discern the Peruvian tobacco, which I had with the El Septimo. I haven't found that common ground between those two cigars. And maybe because the Michelangelo is so powerful and bold, and this is just subtle and very approachable. But, you know, if I was to buy the Atabey often, I would definitely say it's dependable. It just has this great continuity. It's even a little bit, for me, it's not as complex as maybe I thought it would be, and maybe it's just this cigar, but it's kind of linear with some changes here and there, but real happy with everything I'm tasting, feeling. It's been a very, very satisfying morning cigar with the coffee. Here's a note that just came through. A little bit of pepper. I don't know where in the pepper family, black or white. A little bit of spicy, enjoyable spicy on my lips. So that's nice. I hadn't really had that I've noticed prior to right now. We're easily into the second, third, so a little spice, but still got that nice, those nutty, almondy, bready notes. I gotta say, for me, this Atabey checks all the boxes that I need for a really pleasurable cigar. Like I said, it's a luxury cigar for sure. I'd put in there with your Hideout, Davidoff's, Grand Cru, right? Reminds me a little bit of the Byrons, which it should. Same manufacturer, I believe. But Atabey, really impressed. Don't hesitate on trying one of these. Very approachable. You could have one of these any time of the day with coffee. If you need to take a break from something strong, this is a great backup plan. So the Atabey, Attaboy, happy with it. Go get you some. Have a great weekend.